Let's preview the Giants versus the Dallas Cowgirls. Hey guys, I hope you are having a fantastic day today. If you love the Giants and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, especially if you want to be kept up to date with the latest in Giants news or just plain old Giants discussion. So, we're going to do a little preview today for the Giants versus the Cowgirls. Sunday night football. I'm pumped up. Football's finally here. Regular season football is finally here anyway. But here are, in my opinion, the key matchups in Sunday night's game at MetLife. So, I got Evan Neal versus Demarcus Lawrence. Now, Evan Neal entering his second season as the New York Giant right tackle. Former 7th overall draft pick back in 2022. Evan Neal has a lot of improving to do. He struggled last year. Mightily, he struggled. But so did Andrew Thomas in his rookie year. Then in his second season in the league, Andrew Thomas improved. So you're kind of hoping that Mr. Evan Neal does the same. Now, Evan Neal worked with former All-Pro lineman Willie Anderson in the offseason. He also worked with Andrew Thomas. He slimmed down a bunch. So Evan Neal is serious about improving and about adapting to this league. And that, in my opinion, I think that the kid is going to have a huge year. But Sunday night, he's got to contain Mr. Demarcus Lawrence, former All-Pro edge rusher Demarcus Lawrence. Last season, Lawrence had 6 sacks for the Dallas Cowgirls. So that's the matchup that I will be looking at. If Evan Neal, if he could contain Demarcus Lawrence, it'll just make Daniel Jones' day a heck of a lot easier. And it would be nice to see improvement for Mr. Evan Neal. Now let's talk about the Giants' young defensive backs versus CeeDee freaking Lamb. Now, I like CeeDee Lamb. I do. I think he's a very good receiver. And the Giants have inexperience back there. You have Pinnock, safety, former New York Jetropolitan, coming into his second year as a New York Giant. Xavier McKinney, veteran. You also have rookie Trey Hawkins, 6th-round draft pick. And you have Deonte Banks, our 1st-round draft pick. Both players had great preseasons, great camps. And you think that, okay, these guys are up to snuff. They will have a good game against the Cowgirls. But the Cowgirls could take advantage over the inexperience that is the New York Giant defensive backfield. So that's one area where I'm a little nervous about is the defensive backs. Now let's talk about Daniel Jones versus Mr. Dak Prescott. Now, Tiki Barber went on the record and said that he would take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott 100 times out of 100. So listen, Dak is all right. I just think Daniel Jones is better. I agree with Tiki. I think Daniel Jones is the better quarterback out of the two. And with the added weapons that Daniel Jones was given this past offseason, if they could all stay healthy, if Darren Waller, if he could stay healthy, and I don't know if Joe Shane is done yet. I'm not sure. Daniel Jones just restructured his contract, so I'm not sure if Joe Shane is done adding weapons for Mr. Jones in that New York Giant offense. But with this added security for Daniel Jones on offense, bringing back Saquon Barkley on the 1-year deal for over $10 million, he's going to have a lot to prove. So Daniel Jones, in my opinion, number 1, would take him over Dak Prescott. And number 2, I think he's going to have a pretty good game against the Cowboys. But overall, I think Mr. Jones is going to have a pretty damn good year. A career year, I think, for Mr. Jones. Now let's look at the Giants' offensive line versus Micah freaking Parsons. Parsons, one of the most exciting defensive players in the league. And if the Giants can somehow contain him, Daniel Jones in a recent interview did say that the Giants have been focused and they have been working on containing Micah Parsons. So if the Giants are able to contain Micah Parsons and just give Jones time, that would be fantastic. But Micah Parsons could cause a lot of trouble with that Giants offensive line. So Andrew Thomas, I hope you're ready to block, bro, especially if Micah lines up on your side. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about is Saquon Barkley. Barkley, as we all know, a crazy offseason. We didn't know if we were going to assign him to a long-term deal, if he was going to hold out all of this year, and he's not. He will play. Barkley last year against the Dallas Cowgirls, in their first game, this was at MetLife, in their first game, 14 carries, 81 yards on the ground. As far as out of the backfield as a receiving option for Mr. Daniel Jones, 4 receptions and 45 receiving yards. So very good game. But like over 120 all-purpose yards. Very good game for Saquon Barkley. But in Dallas last year, not so good. 4 receptions out of the backfield, 13 yards. Then 11 carries with 39 rushing yards on the ground. So Barkley against the Cowboys, his last meeting against them, wasn't really that great. But you're hoping that this offensive line improved a little bit for him. And with Barkley having so much to prove, maybe, just maybe, you see Barkley rush for 100 this Sunday and receive 50 yards. 150-yard game for Barkley. That would be great, but he has struggled against the Cowgirls. So that's something that I would really keep an eye on. So listen, you guys let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'm going to keep you up to date with the latest in Giants football and all things New York Giants. So please subscribe if you haven't already. But thank you guys for watching. This is Joe, and until next time, signing out.